So anyway, I see a lot of questions what I think the price is going to do. Guys, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Show me the liquidity. As soon as the Fed says, shoot, economy looks really weak, we need to invest in more growth. As soon as Besant says, hey guys, we got to reshore a bunch of stuff, so we're coming out with the ABCDEFG funding program. Probably both are going to happen. And then once we weaken the dollar, everyone else has to weaken. China's got to stimulate, Japan, everyone. Until then, volatility. Is Bitcoin going to zero? No. Is it going to march to 500K? I'm telling you, no. What's it going to do? It's going to make you think it is, then it's going to make you depressed. Then it's going to make you think it is, then it's going to make you depressed. What's my honest advice? Stay humble. Stack sats.
By cutting through the chaos, Jack Mallers demonstrates why Bitcoin is the greatest currency that humanity has ever used, and not simply another speculative asset. Bitcoin offers an unchangeable method of storing money without the need for middlemen, in contrast to equities, real estate, or collectibles. As individuals look for a superior store of value, Mallers sees Bitcoin as a $500 trillion asset class that may swallow a significant portion of the world's wealth. He clarifies that a large portion of global wealth, whether it be in stocks, real estate, or artwork, is held as an inflation hedge rather than for its practical use. He believes that Bitcoin is the best way to address the issue of protecting money. Take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more content on Bitcoin and the digital asset space. Also, drop your thoughts in the comments below. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and supports the channel. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
So Bitcoin is back at the price as it was before Trump announced it. How is this possible? Guys, don't fall for this. Listen, this announcement, we didn't learn anything new. Let me be clear about something. The United States can't afford to buy anything. They can't afford it. They're going to buy a bunch of crypto tokens? Really? How? How? I've been talking to you guys for months now. Show me the liquidity. Show me the liquidity. Show me the lower interest rates. Show me the funding program from the Treasury. Show me both. Show me the liquidity. What's the announcement? That Trump plans to hold shit coins at some point in his term? Guys, that's not an announcement. Nothing new was learned except who donated to Donald Trump. That's the only thing we learned. Who are the biggest donors to Donald Trump? That's it. The reality is our economy is getting weaker. The dollar is still too strong. Trump needs a weaker dollar. Period. I've been saying this, guys. What have I been saying for months? Not to brag, but if you have been a listener of this show consistently, we've been accurate about the market for a while now. What have I said? I said in the immediate term, expect volatility. In the medium to long term, expect way up. But that's all predicated on the weaker dollar, on where the liquidity is coming from. The market needs clarity. We got a bunch of weak economic data today, and everything fell right back down. If you look at a chart, what does it look like? Volatility. If you took a nap after Donald Trump won the presidency of the United States and woke up today, you'd be like, oh, nothing's changed. There was the Trump pump after he won, markets are excited, and then that's it. You wouldn't have known we went to 110, then 95, then 100, then 90, then 100, then 79, and then 93, and then 80. It's going to wear you out or scare you out. It's going to chop you up. It's going to eat you alive. I'm telling you, expect volatility. None of this is new. None of this is groundbreaking. The notion that people are celebrating is ridiculous. And this was challenged to David Sachs of, you're actually going to make American taxpayers buy Ripple? You know, Ripple's 100% pre-mined, meaning Ripple printed all the tokens, and the only way it gets distributed to the public is they dump it. So you're going to make US taxpayers exit liquidity for Ripple Labs? Have you lost your fucking mind? And he said, no, we're not actually. You haven't heard the full announcement. Yeah, no shit. We haven't heard the full announcement. No duh. None of us have. We don't know what Jerome Powell's thinking at the Fed. We don't know what Bessant's thinking at the Treasury. Now this Sachs guy, we don't understand. Okay, so what are markets going to do? Red. It's going to look bloody. Okay, then we'll see. Because it's all a charade of cards. This thing can't sustain itself. So unless the current administration is willing to collapse the world on its face, show me the liquidity. Show me the weaker dollar. Show me the currency debasement. And I will show you a $500,000 Bitcoin. I've been saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. None of it's changed, especially after this horseshit of an announcement. None of it's changed. The only thing this does is it requires more of my time and more of my energy to explain to institutional investors and people on Wall Street the difference between Bitcoin and all these pieces. It just makes my life harder. It's just a waste of human capital. But fundamentally, nothing changes. Bitcoin and the rest of the assets, the rest of the economy are still in for some near-term pain because we still don't know about tariffs. We still don't know where the dollar liquidity is coming from. We still don't know if Jerome Powell is going to get on Trump's team and actually weaken this thing and actually help fund reshoring on the U.S. We don't know anything. This changes nothing.
Bitcoin is the greatest currency that humanity has ever seen, according to Jack Mallers. Bitcoin provides a safe, immutable method of storing wealth without the need for middlemen, in contrast to equities, real estate, or artwork. As people search for better ways to manage their finances, Mallers thinks Bitcoin has the potential to become a $500 trillion asset class that will hold a significant share of the world's wealth. He notes that half of the world's assets, including stocks, collectibles, and second houses, are held for financial reasons rather than for practical purposes. According to Mallers, no other asset can address the crucial issue of wealth preservation like Bitcoin can. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now let's dive back into the interview.
President Trump, announced on Sunday a crypto reserve for the United States of America that would include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, and ADA, also known as Cardano. Let me be super clear with my thoughts. None of these altcoins deserve to be in the same sentence as Bitcoin. Better yet, in a reserve held and maintained by the United States of America. There's only one coin that did not have a pre-mine, that was fairly distributed, that is actually decentralized. One, and that is Bitcoin. No Bitcoin was created for the founders, was allocated to a special group. Every single Bitcoin owned today was earned through proof of work. Whether that is mining, literal proof of work, or whether that is doing real things of value in the real world and using your earnings and your wage to buy Bitcoin. No cheating, no special interest, period. Gold did not have a pre-mine. Corn did not have a pre-mine. Aluminum did not have a pre-mine. Bitcoin did not have a pre-mine. Ethereum, over 60% of the supply was pre-mined. Ripple, 100% of the supply was pre-mined. Solana, over 50% of the supply was pre-mined. Cardano, over 50% of the supply was pre-mined. Human beings own over $900 trillion worth of stuff in the world, okay? We own money, currencies, the dollar, the euro, the pound. We own real estate. We own stock and equities. We own art. We own precious metals. We own collectibles, okay? It's estimated that about half of the stuff we own we're using as a savings account. You don't own your second home on the beach in a place you never go to actually live in it. You own it because you're trying to keep the money you've earned. You don't own the stock in a company because you've gotten to know the leadership team, you're really excited about the product roadmap, and you want to share in future earnings of the business. It's because you have a 401k and you're just trying to save money towards retirement. You don't own the $100 million art piece because you, as some successful hedge fund manager, think that you need to put $100 million on your wall. You own it because you plan to sell it later. Bitcoin solves the use case for all us humans of I've created value for the world and I want to keep it. I want to store it. I want to bring it with me tomorrow. It is the best money we've ever seen. Therefore, Bitcoin is a $500 trillion idea. Half the world's value Bitcoin absorbs and solves for. It is solving the biggest problem we have today. If we can fix the money, we fix the largest problems we have in the world. Now, none of these other things are money. They're not trying to be money. They don't pretend to be money. They sell themselves on utility. They sell themselves on functionality. They sell themselves on technology. Now you're telling me a pre-mined group of tokens that's selling itself as technology needs to be bundled in a reserve with something that's going after a $500 trillion opportunity that is the only provably absolute fixed supply asset in the history of our species. These things are more like Visa and Apple and Amazon and Nvidia than Bitcoin. Do you know what a 60% pre-mine or 100% pre-mine or a 50% pre-mine sounds to me? That sounds like Apple. That sounds like Amazon. That's a company. That's a company that has 100% of the stock. They let in early investors and they try and build something valuable. If you're going to force the American taxpayer to buy stuff by effectively putting a gun to our head, at least let me buy Apple. At least let me buy Amazon. At least let me buy Nvidia. The US government's going to put a gun to my head and force my hard-earned wage to buy Ripple? It's the most pathetic and embarrassing thing. It's outrageous. It's outrageous and it's being called out. The CEO of Gemini, the CEO of Coinbase. I've not seen one person I respect that's built something of value in this world credibly stand and applaud whatever the hell Sunday was. It is outrageous and ridiculous. So anyway, I see a lot of questions what I think the price is going to do. Guys, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Show me the liquidity. As soon as the Fed says, shoot, economy looks really weak, we need to invest in more growth. As soon as Besant says, hey guys, we got to reshore a bunch of stuff. So we're coming out with the ABCDEFG funding program. Probably both are going to happen. And then once we weaken the dollar, everyone else has to weaken. China's got to stimulate. Japan, everyone. Until then, volatility. Is Bitcoin going to zero? No. Is it going to march to 500K? I'm telling you, no. What's it going to do? It's going to make you think it is, then it's going to make you depressed. Then it's going to make you think it is, then it's going to make you depressed. What's my honest advice? Stay humble. Stack sats. Live your life in a surplus, meaning earn more than you spend. Be reasonable. Don't rely on Bitcoin's price for anything in your life. Take care of yourself. Go touch grass. Go do something fun. Love somebody. Love yourself.
According to his statement, Jack Mallers strongly disagrees with the inclusion of altcoins such as Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, and Cardano alongside Bitcoin in a U.S. cryptocurrency reserve. He highlights that Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that satisfies the requirements for being decentralized, meaning that it does not have a pre-mine or give founders or insiders preferential treatment. Mallers draws a compelling analogy when he says that, like gold or aluminum, Bitcoin was not pre-mined and that its worth is determined by proof of work rather than being managed or controlled by a small number of people. He continues by emphasizing Bitcoin's worth as the ultimate wealth storage, pointing out that 50% of all assets worldwide, including equities, real estate, and collectibles, are effectively savings vehicles. He contends that because Bitcoin enables users to keep their creations in a fashion independent of conventional financial systems, it provides a better solution to this problem than anything else. Mallers emphasizes that Bitcoin is a really global, fixed-in-supply proposition worth $500 trillion. In his critique of other cryptocurrencies, he claims that they are more like businesses than decentralized assets since they are motivated by technology and utility rather than money. These projects frequently have a large percentage of their supply pre-mined. The conclusion is straightforward. Bitcoin is a true store of value in and of itself, but many other cryptocurrencies fall short in terms of decentralization and trustworthiness. The film highlights Bitcoin's ability to transform the future of money and explains why it merits its position as the most valuable asset in any reserve by analyzing Mallers' opinions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications for more valuable content, and as always, happy investing.